Hi, thanks for joining me today. This video sequence is going to focus on getting our spine moving. I'm recording this at the beginning of 2023. So for a lot of us, maybe over the holidays we got out of our regular routine. Maybe we're in an area of the country where it's really, really nasty cold winter weather and we're unable to move and ride our horses as we would like. So I thought I would get this video sequence together for you to just move the spine in all of its different directions. Some forward bends and back bends, some lateral flexion, some spinal twisting. So if you have yoga blocks, go ahead and have them handy. You don't have to have yoga blocks. You can use a stack of books, you can use a small stool, or you don't have to use them at all. But if you have them, maybe have them handy. So we're gonna start on all fours in table pose. So coming onto your mat, wrist underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, spread the fingers wide, press down through the fingertips and the base of the knuckles. Think of drawing the lowest ribs towards the hips, lengthen through the crown of the head. So we're not letting the head drop down at this point. We're finding a nice neutral position for the spine. Take a couple breaths here. Just notice your breath and breathing, inhaling and exhaling in and out of the nose. Notice where the breath is moving in your body. And then as you take your next exhale, round the spine, drawing the lower belly in and up, letting the head release down, arching the back up towards the ceiling or sky into a nice cat stretch, nice flexion for the spine. And then as you inhale, think of sending your sit bones back, let the pelvis tip forward, pressing again out of the hands, lift the heart and the sternum, taking the gaze forward and slightly up into our cow pose, nice extension for the spine. So keep that going with the breath. Exhale, rounding the spine, think of pressing the mat away with the hands on the tops of the feet. And then inhale, sending the sit bones back, feel that nice tip forward of the pelvis as you feel the belly drop down, the crown of the head lengthening and the tail lengthening up. So again, moving with the breath. Exhale and inhale. Exhaling and inhale. One more sequence here. Exhale and inhale. And then this time as you exhale, just come back to neutral. Find that nice table pose again. And then bring the big toes together. Bring the knees towards the outside edges of the mat, the hands towards the outside edges. Send your hips back towards your heels. Come to a wide knee child pose with the forehead released down to the mat. If your forehead doesn't come all the way down, you can either stack up your hands and let your head rest on your hands. You can take one of those yoga blocks or a stack of books or a firm cushion and let your forehead rest there. But think of a neutral position here for the spine. So if you need that support, let the spine have that, keeping that nice length in the back of the neck. So couple breaths here. Inhale and exhale. So deep forward bending here, front flexion. Inhaling and exhaling. And then press into the hands, lift the torso slightly, and we're going to walk the hands off the left side of the mat. Coming into a little lateral flexion here. Press into the hands, lengthen through the crown of the head. Let the forehead again release down. If you need that little extra support, maybe take that left hand and let the forehead rest there, or bring that block with you or a book with you for you using that. But feel that nice length and stretch down the right side of the body. Inhale and exhale. And then press into the hands, lift the torso back up, walk yourself back to center. Take a breath here. So find that neutral position for the spine. And then inhale, press into the hands, lift the torso, and now walk your hands off the right side of the mat. So you feel that nice stretch in the left side of the body. Inhale and exhale. Think of breathing into those ribs and underneath that armpit. And then press into the hands, lift the torso back up, walk yourself again back to center, let the forehead release down. And then pressing into the hands, lift the torso again. This time we're just going to take a little twist. So take your right hand, turn the palm up, thread it under the left arm, look under that left arm, let the right side of the head just above the ear lightly touch the mat. And again, you can always use that support, your cushion or blanket or something to support if needed. Nice stretch through the spine here. And then slowly unravel, bring that right hand back out. Again, settle into that neutral position. And then press into the hands to lift the torso up. Now take your left palm, turn it up, thread it underneath the right arm. And look under that right arm by rotating the gaze, the head to the right. Inhale and exhale. And then pressing into that right hand, unthread the left arm. Again, come back to that wide knee child pose. And then press into the hands. Inhale, come up to your table pose. Bring the knees underneath the hips, the wrist underneath the shoulders. Exhale again, round the spine. Inhale, send the sit bones back. Find that nice length and stretch in the front of the body. And then coming back to neutral. Bring the hands a little in front of the shoulders, press into the fingertips, base of the knuckles. And again, think of those hands being at least shoulder width apart, maybe even a tiny bit wider. Curl your toes under, lift the knees, send your sit bones up and back, come to a bent knee downward facing dog. So nice neutral position here. Think neutral position for the spine. Draw the lowest ribs towards the hips, the crown of the head reaching towards the fingertips, the tailbone reaching up towards the ceiling or sky. Inhale and exhale, and then look towards the hands. We're going to take the right knee, draw the right knee in towards the chest, step it all the way up beside the right hand, lower the left knee down and curl the toes. Press into both feet. Inhale, float the arms all the way up and overhead. So think again, neutral position for the spine. Think of drawing the lowest ribs towards the hips here. Inhale and exhale. Front extension, lift the heart and the sternum a little bit more. And then as you exhale, fold all the way down. Take that forward bend, let the hands flow below the thigh, and then press into the feet. Float the arms all the way up and overhead. So we'll do that a couple times. Exhale, fold all the way down, and then pressing into the feet. Inhale all the way back up. Good. Once more, exhale. And inhale. And then this time as you exhale, bring both hands down to the mat. This is where you can use a block underneath or a stack of books underneath that left hand if you like. We're going to take a twist. So bring the right arm up and overhead as you twist to the right. Make sure that the right heel and knee are in alignment. So don't let your right knee wing out to the side as you twist to the right. Inhale and exhale. Now bring that right hand back down to the mat. If you were using your block, move it out of the way. Both hands to the mat. Curl the back toes under. Lift the back knee. Step back to plank pose this time. Wrist under shoulders. Press through the heels. You can always bring your knees down to the mat for a little bit more support. Inhale and exhale. And then draw lower belly in and up, sit bones up and back. Come to your downward facing dog. So again, a couple positions, neutral position for the spine. Inhale and exhale. Now looking towards the hands, we're going to bring that left leg up towards the chest, step the left leg up beside the left hand. If it only gets part way there, just take hold of your hand, help it step forward or take hold of your ankle. Release the right knee down and curl the toes, left heel underneath the knee, press into the feet. Inhale all the way up. Pause here. Again, lowest ribs towards the hips, neutral position for the spine. Think of drawing that left hip crease back. Inhale and exhale. And then think of lifting the sternum, taking a little front extension here, a little back bend. Exhale, fold all the way down. Press into the feet. Inhale all the way back up. Good. Once again, exhale and inhale. Good. Once more, exhale. And inhale, and then this time exhale again, both hands down to the mat. And again, that right hand can be on the mat or you can use the block if you'd like. Right hand to the mat, bring that left arm up and overhead, take that twist. Your gaze can look up towards the left hand if that feels okay for your neck. If not, keep the gaze directly to the side or maybe even down towards that right hand. Inhale and exhale, and then bring that right hand again back down. Curl the back toes under, lift the back knee. This time step right back to your downward facing dog. Left leg steps back. Check in with the alignment of the hands, hands shoulders distance apart. Maybe this time you can pedal through the feet a little bit. Press down through one heel and then the opposite heel. Inhaling and exhaling. And then very gently release both knees down to the mat, uncurl the toes, come back to a child pose with the forehead released down. Again, maybe stack up the hands if you need a little support. Inhale and exhale. Good, another breath. Inhale and exhale, and then bring the hands out, lifting the gaze up. We're going to slide the hands forward and the legs behind us, landing with the hands right beside the chest. Hug those elbows in, let the forehead come to the mat, feet hip distance apart. Lift up to a low baby cobra, press into the feet. Inhale, lifting up. So we're not pushing up with the hands, we're lifting up with the back of the body. Exhale, lower the forehead back down, press into the feet, hug those elbows in. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale, lower down. Good, once more, inhale, lifting up. And exhale, lower down. Now press into the hands. Inhale, come up to your table pose. And then option, either fold back to your child pose or hands in front, sit bones up and back, come to downward facing dog. So think of what your spine needs right now. How's your energy level? What feels best for you? So either that child pose or downward facing dog. Couple breaths, inhale and exhale. And then very gently release the knees down to the mat. And if you're in your child pose, go ahead and come up to table pose. And then we're going to come to a kneeling position. So from your kneeling position, just like you would stand if you were in mountain pose. So we want the alignment to be the knees right underneath the hips, just like the feet would be if we were in standing. We're pressing into the tops of the feet, hands to the hips, draw the shoulder blades together. And then bring your hands onto your lower back as if you had your hands in high hip pockets, you know, like you have pockets on your pants down here. If they were way up on your waist, draw the shoulder blades together, press into the feet, send the hips forward, lift the heart and the sternum, draw the shoulder blades together. You can take the gaze up if that feels okay for your neck. If not, keep your chin towards your collarbone. So just a little tiny, tiny baby camel pose here. Again, nice extension for the front of the body. Inhale and exhale, same words for back bend. Inhale and exhale. And then come back up through center. And then go ahead and turn sideways on your mat in this kneeling position, so about in the center. And then extend your right leg out to the side. Turn the toes so they point forward towards the long edge of your mat. So sometimes it's easy to get that alignment if you come onto the heel first and then just think of rotating that whole leg forward, and that brings those hips forward. Make sure your left knee stays underneath your left hip. So don't do a split here. So left leg underneath the left hip. Gate pose, let your right hand rest on the thigh, bring the left arm up and overhead, find length in the side of the body, and then reach up and over towards the right. So think of keeping the sternum facing forward. So if you rotate the torso, we're going to lose that stretch in the side of the body. There's a different variation you can do of that pose, exactly like that, but we're going to stick with this variation today. Inhale and exhale. So nice length and stretch. You can let this arm relax up and over or keep more energy reaching for it, whichever gives you the best stretch in the side. Inhale and exhale, and then come all the way back up. Bring that right arm up to meet the left, and then we're going to bring both hands down onto the mat in front of us, just like table pose that we had earlier. Then bring that right arm up and overhead. Exhale, sweep the right arm under the left arm, and then inhale all the way back up. A couple times. Exhale, just a little twisting move here. Inhale and exhale. And then this time, as you come all the way up, reach up through the fingertips, bring that right hand to your hip, coming back up, bring the left hand to the hip, and then we're going to bring that right leg in, and obviously we're going to do that on the second side. So bring the left leg out by your side, and again, maybe start with the toes pointing up, and then think of rotating that whole leg from the hip, landing that foot forward, and then bring the left hand to the thigh, right arm up and overhead, nice length in the right side of the body, and then reach up and over to your left. Couple breaths. Notice if one side's different than the other. Just like our horses, we have a tendency to be hollow on one side and stiff on the other. So notice if it's easier for you to go one direction versus the other. Inhale and exhale. Good. And then come all the way back up, bring that left arm up to meet the right, and then both hands again down in front. So think of your table pose here, but just one leg extended to the side, wrist under the shoulders. And then bringing that left arm out to the side, inhale the left arm all the way up, and then exhale, sweep it under that right arm, looking to the right. Inhale, all the way up, just moving with the breath. Exhale. Good, once more, inhale. And exhale, and then this time we're going to inhale, bring that arm all the way up, take a breath here, inhale and exhale, and then bring that left hand to the waist, untwist, bring the right hand back up to the waist, and then let's bring that left leg back in, face again either way, but actually probably towards the short end of your mat again. Inhale the arms all the way up and overhead, bring the palms together. Exhale, as you bring the hands to the heart, send your hips back towards your heels, let the forehead come down, reach the hands back towards the feet with the palms facing up. If that doesn't feel comfortable for you, again, you can stack your hands up under the head or use your block here, forehead resting on the block with either the hands forward or the hands behind you. But just make sure that your neck is comfortable here. Couple breaths, breathe into the back of the body. Notice how you feel. Again, just taking a little time to get the spine moving, waking up all of the muscles around the spine, creating a little heat, a little energy. Another breath. Really think of breathing and expanding the back of the body as you inhale. And then see if the body can just let go of any last tightness or tension as you exhale. And then very gently pressing into the feet, just slowly bring yourself up to a comfortable seated position. You can sit on your heels if that's comfortable. If not, come to a cross-legged position. So thank you so much for joining me today. Again, just a sequence to move the spine in all of its different directions. Good for any time of the year, anytime you've been a little inactive, anytime that you just need to get a little movement going in your body. So thanks so much for joining me. Please check out the information about my website and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel. And I hope to see you sometime soon in the saddle or on the mat. Thanks. Bye-bye.